Rohan stared out of his hostel room window, the city lights a blurry mosaic against the inky sky. A fresh batch of assignments lay ignored on his desk, and a familiar knot of anxiety tightened in his stomach. This was his second year of engineering, and he still felt adrift. Everyone else seemed to have their passions mapped out, their internships lined up, their future perfectly chartered. He, on the other hand, felt like he was navigating without a compass. His best friend Priya, always brimming with infectious energy, noticed his quietness during their usual evening chai session. "Kya hua, Rohan? Lost in thought again?" she asked, nudging his arm playfully. Priya was pursuing architecture, her sketchbooks overflowing with intricate designs and vibrant colors. Her path was clear, and it often made Rohan feel even more lost. "Just the usual, he replied, stirring his chai. "This pressure, Priya, to be brilliant, to know exactly what you want."
What if I don't? What if I'm just average? Priya put down her cup, her expression softening. Average, Rohan? You're anything but. Remember that hackathon last semester? The one where you debugged everyone's code in the final hours? That wasn't average. That was brilliance born out of sheer grit. And anyway, who says you need to have it all figured out right now? College is supposed to be about exploration, no? Her words, though simple, offered a tiny spark. Rohan had always been good at problem solving, a quiet strength he often overlooked because it wasn't as glamorous as Priya's artistic flair or their friend Sameer's eloquent debating skills. He often dismissed it as just being practical. But Priya saw it as a foundational skill, a quiet superpower waiting to be unleashed.
"Your mind works differently, Rohan. You see the mechanics, the hidden gears. That's a gift," she had told him once, and those words had stayed with him. The next day, a notice on the department board caught his eye. "Innovate and Impact, a university-wide challenge for sustainable solutions." Teams were invited to propose innovative solutions for local community issues. Rohan felt a flicker of interest, a tiny pulse of excitement he hadn't felt in months. But then the usual self-doubt crept in. What could he contribute? His ideas felt small, insignificant. He imagined slick presentations from other students, full of jargon and grand schemes, and his own simple thoughts seemed to fade in comparison. He mentioned it to Priya that evening. "Sounds amazing, right? But I wouldn't even know where to begin. My ideas always feel developed. He gestured vaguely as if trying to grasp at the fleeting thoughts in his head. Priya, however, saw it differently. Rohan, that's the point of a challenge, to develop, to grow. And you're a natural problem solver. Think of it as a giant puzzle. Let's do it.
We'll find a team or just the two of us. We make a pretty good team, don't we? Her enthusiasm was contagious. Together, they brainstormed, starting small. Rohan suggested tackling the issue of plastic waste management in their own college canteen. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it was tangible, something they could observe and understand firsthand. They spent evenings after classes observing the waste segregation, speaking to canteen staff, and even surveying fellow students about their awareness. Rohan, usually reserved, found himself engaging in conversations, asking probing questions, and meticulously noting down details. He even found a sense of purpose in these mundane tasks, a quiet satisfaction in gathering information. What started as a tentative idea soon blossomed into a full-fledged project. Rohan found himself drawing diagrams, creating flowcharts, and researching composting methods with an intensity he hadn't known he possessed. Priya, with her keen eye for aesthetics, designed engaging posters and even a prototype for a modular waste bin system. She brought the visual appeal, making Rohan's practical solutions look not just functional but inviting.
Their initial proposal was met with mixed reactions from their peers. Some were encouraging, others skeptical. Plastic waste? That's been tried before. Someone scoffed, overhearing their discussion. What makes your idea different? Rohan felt his confidence waver, a cold wave washing over him. He looked at Priya, whose gaze was steady and assuring. Our difference, Priya stated calmly, her voice clear, is our approach. We are not just suggesting a solution, we are designing a system that makes it easy for everyone to participate. It's about changing habits, not just providing bins. We're focusing on making it intuitive, almost effortless to do the right thing. They worked tirelessly, often until late into the night. Empty chai cups littered their study table, and the quiet hum of the hostel after hours became their working soundtrack. Rohan discovered a passion for project management and data analysis, skills he hadn't even considered.
He was learning not just from textbooks but from real world application. He even started reaching out to local NGOs working in waste management, seeking their advice and insights. Each small success, each new piece of information fueled his motivation. He felt a sense of connection, a part of something larger than himself, as he spoke to people who had dedicated their lives to environmental causes. He remembered one evening, frustrated by a particularly complex data set. I just don't know how to make sense of all this, Priya, he'd confessed. Priya had patiently walked him through different visualization techniques, her architectural eye proving invaluable. Laughing, "See, your numbers are just begging to tell a story, Rohan," she'd said, making him smile. He realized then how much he relied on her perspective and how their contrasting strengths made their partnership so powerful. The day of the presentation arrived, bringing with it a whirlwind of nerves. Rohan, usually reserved, felt a strange mix of apprehension and exhilaration. As he stood before the panel of judges and a room full of students, he took a deep breath. He spoke not just about the technical aspects of their solution, but about the journey, the challenges, the unexpected discoveries. He spoke about the feeling of turning a vague idea into a concrete plan, about the power of collaboration. His words flowed easily, no longer just a recitation of facts, but a narrative of personal growth.
He remembered Priya's words. College is about exploration. And he had explored. He had explored his own capabilities, his hidden strengths. He had faced his doubts and pushed past them. He hadn't known exactly what he wanted when he started, but he was finding it piece by piece within the process of doing. His voice, which had once trembled, now resonated with a quiet conviction. He spoke of the satisfaction in seeing a tangible impact, even a small one, within their own campus. When the results were announced and their project, Green Campus Initiative, was declared one of the winners, Rohan felt a surge of elation he had rarely experienced. It wasn't just the win, it was the validation of the effort, the sleepless nights, the moments of self doubt overcome. He saw Priya beaming, her eyes shining with pride, and he knew they had done something truly meaningful together. "We did it, Priya," he murmured, a wide grin spreading across his face. Walking back to the hostel, the city lights seemed brighter, no longer a blur, but a constellation of possibilities. Rohan still didn't have his entire future mapped out, but he no longer felt adrift. He had found his compass,
not in a grand preordained plan, but in the courage to embark on an uncharted path, one challenge at a time. He realized that growth wasn't about knowing all the answers, but about having the willingness to ask the right questions and trust in his own unfolding journey. He smiled, a genuine, content smile. The path ahead was still unfolding, full of twists and turns, but he was ready. He was finally ready to embrace the adventure. And in that readiness, he found a quiet strength, a resilient hope, and an unwavering belief in the power of his own evolving potential.
He knew now that college wasn't just a stepping stone, but a vibrant canvas waiting for his unique colors to emerge. He was no longer just a student, he was a creator of his own journey, one inspiring step at a time. He understood that the greatest inspiration wasn't always found in grand victories, but in the quiet, persistent effort, the willingness to learn, and the courage to begin again and again on the path to discovering who you are meant to be. The campus hummed with the promise of a new day, and Rohan, for the first time, felt truly at home within its vibrant embrace. He looked at the city lights, no longer seeing a blurry mosaic, but a landscape filled with opportunities, each flicker a potential new beginning. His engineering assignments still awaited, but now he approached them with a fresh perspective, eager to apply what he had learned, ready to tackle new problems, confident in his own quiet strength. This journey, he knew, was just the beginning, and that in itself was a powerful, beautiful truth. He pulled out his notebook, not for an assignment, but to sketch out a new idea that had just sparked in his mind, a peer mentoring program for sustainable projects. The blank page no longer felt daunting, but inviting, a canvas for his evolving vision. The uncharted path was no longer a source of fear, but a thrilling invitation to discover what lay beyond the horizon.